She looked at me across the kitchen table, confusion flickering behind her eyes. "Why are you smiling?" she asked, her tone sharp, defensive, like she already knew she wouldn't like the answer. I took a slow sip of coffee, feeling lighter than I had in months. Because, I said quietly, I finally know the truth. It wasn't anger that filled me anymore. It was something quieter. Peace. For weeks, I've been connecting the dots, her late-night texts, the sudden work trips, those weekends spent with her sister. I wasn't the kind of man who snooped, but lies have a way of choking even the most patient trust. The truth didn't explode into my life. It arrived with a soft ping from a forgotten email. She left her account open. One photo, blurry but unmistakable. Her and him, wrapped around each other, laughing. And beneath it, the message that burned to the last bit of hope I'd held on to. Can't wait for our baby. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I didn't even cry. I just stared at the screen, realizing that the woman sitting beside me every night had already become a stranger long before I found out. Maybe that's why, when the truth hit, it didn't destroy me, it freed me. So now, as she sat there glaring at me across the table, waiting for me to lose control, I just smiled. She hated that smile. I could see it in the way her jaw tightened, in the way her hands gripped the edge of the table. For years, I've been the one apologizing for things I didn't do, bending until I nearly broke just to keep the peace. But not anymore. The balance had shifted, and she could feel it. "You think this is funny?" she snapped. I almost laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was so predictable. The denial, the deflection, the desperate attempt to twist the truth. I'd seen it all before, just never so clearly. "I don't think it's funny," I said calmly. "I think it's over." Her eyes widened. For a moment, the mask slipped, panic flickered there. "Over? What are you talking about?" I reached into my bag and slid a manila envelope across the table. She hesitated before tearing it open. As her eyes landed on the divorce papers, the color drained from her face. "You already filed," she whispered. 3 weeks ago," I said. "Today it's final." The silence that followed was heavy. The only sound was a steady tick of the clock above the fridge, each second louder than the last. I thought I'd feel hollow watching her realize it was done. But I didn't. I felt weightless. "You'll regret this," she finally said, her voice trembling. I shook my head slowly. "No," I said. "You will." Her brow furrowed. "What's that supposed to mean?" I leaned forward, my voice calm. "Because the man you chose over me, he has a baby on the way with someone else." Her breath hitched. For the first time in years, she was speechless. The truth hit her like a wave, silent, cold, merciless. Her lips parted, but no words came out. She just sat there, staring at the papers like she couldn't read them. "He told me he loved me," she whispered, almost to herself. I leaned back and took another sip of coffee. "Yeah," I said quietly. He probably told her the same thing. For years, she'd made me question my worth, made me feel small, unwanted, replaceable. But now, watching her crumble under the weight of her own choices, I realized something. She hadn't broken me. She'd only revealed who she truly was. I stood up, pushing the chair back slowly. "I'll send someone to pick up the rest of my things," I said. "You don't have to pretend anymore. It's over." As I walked toward the door, the morning sun spilled to the window, warm and bright. My phone buzzed, a message from my lawyer confirming the divorce had been finalized. I looked at the screen and smiled. No bitterness, no pain, just freedom. Behind me, I heard the faint sound of her sobbing, but I didn't turn back. Not this time. For the first time in years, it really was the best day of my life.